This is Chicago, and it's home to legendary dining, from the iconic cheese-laden deep dish to some of the finest Michelin star offerings in the world. It's a playground of over-the-top attractions. A place that begs to be observed from high up in the sky.
Solid view up here.
Where you could take a river cruise through a canyon of steel and glass. See one of the birthplaces of sketch comedy. Indulge in nightlife that's world class.
Look at the size of these martinis.
A city where you can hit the jackpot one day and visit a museum brimming with famous masterpieces the next. A place where the architecture is bold, historic, and impossibly tall. They call it the Windy City, sometimes Second City, though it just might be the #1 city in North America. This is Chicago. We'll begin with a trip from Chicago O'Hare towards the beautiful city skyline. And onwards to our hotel, the Waldorf Astoria. And here's its lobby, but we have to start in the on-site restaurant.
Our room's not quite yet ready, so we're heading into the Brass Tack.
The Brass Tack is the Waldorf's bar and bistro, and right now they're serving breakfast.
Good morning.
Have you ever met anyone that takes butter in their coffee? Allow me to introduce you to Diana. Here's to the start of a new trip, and here's our selections.
Some shashuka?
I had avocado toast, and everything was...
Bob.
A lovely way to start this day.
We've got more time to kill before our room's ready, so I'll take this opportunity to show you how clean Chicago's streets are. They're honestly uncannily spotless. This is largely due to the infrastructure. You see, Chicago has alleyways where New York doesn't, so you're not going to see any garbage in the streets. Anyway, Diana got herself a blowout. And with that, it's time finally to check out the room.
Ooh.
Upon entry, the closet's immediately to the left.
Nice dressing area.
And there's a small bar to the right. Into the room now, and it's very classy. Complete with a fireplace, a TV of course, and the bed is a nice king size. Moving right along.
Nice bathroom.
Covered in mosaic and marble, naturally. There's a freestanding shower and a tub, but more importantly,
How are the views?
we were treated to some city views, and if you look really closely, you could even say we have a lake view. But wait, there's more.
Oh, we got a balcony. Sick.
This private balcony featured seating for two and a different angle on the city of Chicago. Anyway, it's time for this trip's first fit check.
Are you ready to explore Chicago?
Heading out to the city, gonna check out some sites. We have no real plan. We're just gonna take a look around, walk around the hotel, see what the neighborhood's like. This is the Gold Coast. Fancy.
What makes it fancy? Well, these fancy planters in the sidewalk. There's also fancy townhouses and beautiful fancy apartments all around. In fact, here's one I used to live in. And here's me being fancy in front of it. And here I am recreating that photo. It's getting darker, and I think it's
Martini time.
We're heading to Viagra Triangle, which gets its name from its bars and restaurants where young women and older men get to know each other. This is Tavern on Rush,
Time to get a drink.
and it seems Diana packed a specific hat for the occasion. I landed on a martini of the espresso variety.
Don't care what ails you.
And since it was near dinner time, we decided to have some fries and bacon. Hardly a real meal, but don't worry, we're gonna have plenty on this trip.
All right, Tavern on Rush got the job done.
In the meantime, we're gonna enjoy Chicago's festive streets and the other thing it's famous for.
We're out here on the streets of Chicago right now. It's just a tad bit windy.
I had no idea until this moment that I was married to Jerry Lewis. This is a good time to seek refuge in our room, enjoy that fireplace, and bring our first night in Chicago to a close.
Good morning.
Good morning from Chicago. It's our first full day, and we're gonna start this day, like most days, at a Starbucks. This isn't just any Starbucks, though. It's the largest Starbucks in the world.
Well, that's good because I need a big cup of coffee.
Now, Chicago is a very walkable city, so we're going to walk there via Michigan Avenue.
We're here on Michigan Avenue. Michigan Avenue is a lot like Madison Avenue in New York.
By which I mean this is a very large boulevard that's home to a lot of luxury stores. There's also a beautiful streetscape and a pretty church. This is the Fourth Presbyterian Church of Chicago. Living in Los Angeles, we don't get to enjoy ivy-covered stonemasonry all too often. Let's head inside. You may recognize this interior from my best friend's wedding. Originally built in 1870, most of this church burnt down in the Great Chicago Fire and was rebuilt thereafter. And this serves as a great opportunity to talk about that. It was October 1871 and 2,000 acres of Chicago burned down. There's some debate as to how it started, but my favorite theory involves a cow kicking over a lantern. And speaking of the Great Chicago Fire, one of the only structures to have survived is this. This is the water tower. Back in 1869, this Gothic Revival limestone tower was built to conceal a standpipe, and it served as a symbol of Chicago's resilience during its rebuilding efforts. Today, it remains an example of one of Chicago's architectural icons. Anyway, I've gotten sort of off topic. This is the Starbucks Reserve Roastery, and
This is the largest Starbucks in the world.
let's head in. The first thing you'll notice here is this giant spiral escalator that takes you up all 5 stories. And there are an obscene amount of pastries here. Things I've never even heard of. And there's lots of seating available fireside. But we're heading to the top floor, which actually has a full bar, where they offer an espresso martini flight.
I thought we were getting breakfast.
These were actually amazing. And for further description, here's Diana with a string of adjectives.
Subtle, sophisticated, beautiful, sensual, dreamy, delicious, delectant.
And yes, there is a pumpkin spice variety.
I wonder if I get drunk off these, is that white girl wasted?
There was also a pumpkin spice chai.
Oh, damn. It's really good.
So nice we ordered it twice.
Oh my God.
Moving right along, they actually serve a whole variety of items for both breakfast and lunch. And these are the selections we made.
Well, got a buzz. A caffeine buzz and an alcohol buzz.
We're gonna head back out south on Michigan Avenue and back on the topic of architecture. This is the Tribune Tower, and for my money, it's one of the most beautiful buildings in the world. In 1922, the Chicago Tribune newspaper held a worldwide architectural contest to build their headquarters. There were over 260 architects that submitted. Ultimately, Raymond Hood and John Mead Howell's design won, resulting in this Gothic masterpiece complete with flying buttresses, which serve as a common area for the condos that exist here now. Another interesting feature of the Tribune Tower is these stones embedded in its facade from all over the world. You know what? Since we're talking architecture, let's head down to Lower Wacker for one of Chicago's best activities. This is an architectural river cruise, and I highly recommend it. The Chicago River is stunning, and it bifurcates the city's skyline. So floating along it, you're offered an amazing perspective of the city's gorgeous buildings. Architectural highlights include the Marina City Towers, which are also known as the Corn Cob Buildings. This residential development was built to inspire a return from the suburbs. This was the first of the amenity-filled vertical village-style buildings that we're all familiar with today. This is the Merchandise Mart, and coming in at 4.2 million square feet, this was the largest building in North America until the Pentagon was built. As we continue down Chicago River, we'll pass under a few bridges. Including this one. This one's actually pretty famous. It's where Dave Matthews' tour bus emptied its dark water tank onto the crowd below, covering them in 800 pounds of shit. Here's a modern glass Greek revival. And of course, Chicago's most famous tower, the Willis, which will always be known to me as the Sears. This was once the tallest building in the world until 1998. Other highlights included these awesome 1980s riverside cottages, and this brutalist masterpiece called River City, built in 1978. This was a fantastic activity. Chicago is absolutely beautiful, and learning about its history and architecture while floating down its river is the best way to do it. There's also a bar on board. Wow! I can't recommend this experience enough.
The sun is peeking out. We were walking by the John Hancock building. Figured we'd go check out the observation deck. Let's see.
Coming in at 1,100 feet, the John Hancock building offers 360-degree views, which is where I guess they got the name for their observation experience. Once you make your way through Tron's grid, you'll find yourself on the 96th floor, where the views are incredible. And here's one over Lake Michigan where you can really get a sense of its scale. If you choose to pass through this open-air hallway, you could find an experience to test your fear of heights. Not for the faint of heart. As the city transitioned to its incandescent glow, we decided to have a drink. A toast to this remarkable skyline.
What a great day.
And it's not over, because now it's
Dinner time.
We're gonna do a quick wardrobe change, hop into a car, and head to Old Town Chicago, where
We're on our way to try a Michelin star-rated restaurant, Chicago style.
this is Alinea, and we're in for something special. First, we're led to this large dining table for the communal course. This restaurant offers a journey in molecular gastronomy. Now, I don't know what that means, and I also don't know what this is. But I am certain this is going to be expensive. This was quite the choreographed presentation to present us a deconstructed cream of mushroom soup. Here are the first bites, and here's me trying to sound profound with my hot take.
Yeah, that tastes familiar, but like unfurls into something else. It's really, really pretty.
The next course has us heading into the kitchen, where there are place settings waiting for us and an apricot sangria. And it's here we were served a rabbit paella fresh from the pan, which paired very nicely with that sangria. Next, we were led to a private dining area where they took the liberty of bringing our things and dangling mystery ingredients over our head. Finally, some caviar, and it comes on this absolutely gorgeous dish.
Life can't always be caviar and champagne, darling.
But maybe it could if you like and subscribe. Next up was a single ravioli they called a truffle explosion. This bite had me feeling like Ego from Ratatouille. And then it was a fantastic potato course, followed by an uni course that was actually served in a glass urchin. Very pretty. This was followed by a barbecue chicken course that was presented in a very artistic way. Onto the mystery sealing ingredient, and it turned out to be a pumpkin, which was prepared tableside. And then for dessert, probably the most abstract thing, which was literally just called paint. If you'd ever seen a Jackson Pollock and thought to yourself, hey, I wish I could eat that, Alinea has you covered. And if you're thinking, hey, this is just way too straightforward and basic, they also bring out a helium-filled edible balloon.
Wow. That's really nice.
And on that note,
Dinner was great. Time for bed.
it's the next day, and we're going to do an activity that's synonymous with Chicago in the fall.
Want to go to the beach?
Let's go to the beach. No ocean, but apparently the lake is big enough that they call it a beach. Let's go check it out.
As we make our way through the neighborhood, we'll meet some friendly neighborhood characters before heading on North Lakeshore Drive, under this overpass, and onto Oak Street Beach.
I mean, it's not really beach weather, but it is amazing you can walk a few steps outside of a condensed urban area onto a sandy beach.
Goes without saying, the vibes here are a little more lively during the summer. Anyway, we're going to continue walking down the lakeshore and onto our next activity.
No, it's so nice to be outside. The outdoor adventures continue. This is Millennium Park.
There's actually a vast network of parks lakeside, a great place to get some steps in. In Millennium Park, you'll find this awesome walkway that leads to this incredible pavilion designed by renowned architect Frank Gehry. When in season, many of the concerts here are actually free. Continuing on, here's a recognizable Chicago landmark. This is Cloud Gate. This piece was completed in 2006 by artist Anish Kapoor, and it's known colloquially by another name.
The Bean!
I'm a big fan of urban parks, and this one is a great one to explore. Here are the Crown Fountains, which are these digital faces that will spit water during the summer. And here's a montage of some cool bokeh shots. And here's Chicago's famous Buckingham Fountain.
Kinda anticlimactic. Maybe we can turn it on with the magic of editing.
Gifted in 1927 by a wealthy philanthropist with the same name, this fountain is beautiful and has served as a Chicago landmark for decades.
It might be kind of hard to now, but you may recognize this from Married with Children.
We're walking back into the urban grid just south of the Loop to enjoy some fall foliage. And then this caught our eye. This is the Harold Washington Chicago Public Library, and this roof looks insane. We've got to check it out. I don't know about you, but I love a vaporwave atrium. This was a beautiful place to walk around and take a little break before we move on to the next thing.
It's been a beautiful day so far. We got a lot of steps in, which means we can have some carbs, I think. We're gonna go do a Chicago classic. We're gonna have a Chicago deep dish at the original place, Pizzeria Uno. Let's check it out.
Wouldn't you know it, something distracted me.
Wait, hold up. Is this a casino? Should we hit up a slot?
That's clearly a rhetorical question, the answer of which is always yes. And what follows is exactly what happened after a single spin. It was a $6 spin, and we're leaving with $577, which is, I think, our cue to leave.
Let's go.
Anyway, where was I? Oh yeah, this is Pizzeria Uno. And while there's some debate as to which one is the best, built in 1943, this one is the first. And it's a place that carries some childhood memories. We'll go ahead and sit next to these bay windows and peruse the menu before making our choice.
So I've explained deep dish pizza to Diana. It's more of a lasagna or a casserole. We're gonna do a half Uno, half 4 cheese, small, and that's plenty.
We're gonna have some of this local Chicago beer to wash this pizza down. And it wasn't long before this absolute brick of cheese and carbohydrates landed on our table.
Oh my God.
I guess back in the 1940s, Midwesterners thought that pizza was just too light, and they wanted to make it thicker, something you could eat with a fork and knife. And here's Diana's verdict.
It's very good, but I could see it's so dense.
And that's kind of the point.
That'll keep you warm in the winter.
Deep dish certainly isn't for everyone, but Uno's an institution and definitely worth checking out.
Ready to change and see a comedy show? What say you? Let's go.
Enjoy this pretty transitional shot from our walk back to the hotel.
All right, we're gonna go see some sketch comedy, where a lot of SNL alumnus came from.
It's time we hop back into a cab back to Old Town, which is home to Second City. And as I mentioned before, this is
The birthplace of sketch comedy.
Founded in 1959, Second City has been the training ground for many famous faces over the decades. As we head to the main stage and take our seats, we're ready to see a future star in the making. This show was absolutely hilarious. I couldn't film any of it. In fact, they didn't even want me filming the curtain call, to be honest. Oh well. Time to enjoy that bathtub and end this night.
Before we continue, I'd like to take a moment to talk about this video's sponsor. I'm happy to have partnered with Ekster. I've been tired of hauling around this ridiculous bulky wallet for years, and thrilled to have found Ekster's Ultra Slim Wallet and Card Holder Pro. This thing can carry up to 14 cards between this pop-up mechanism, very satisfying, and this expandable storage, which has room for a little cash too. It's also RFID protected, so you don't have to worry about digital theft. They come in different material and color options. I chose this bright orange because I'm constantly losing my wallet and I appreciate the high visibility.
On that note, Ekster's tracker card easily syncs to your phone and allows you to track its location. It'll even play a sound for you when you're nearby, which is so incredibly useful. And on the topic of usefulness, Ekster also offers this vacuum travel kit with portable pump, which can save you up to 60% on your packing space. This is great if you have extra gear or a wife competing for luggage space.
I have both. And right now, Ekster's offering a holiday sale for up to 54% off until December 27th. And you can use my code AUSTIN10 at checkout for an additional 10% off. You can use the link on screen, scan the QR code. I'll also leave a link in the description for you. All right, back to Chicago.
A new day begins, and this is the portion of the video where I force my wife onto public transit. This is Chicago's L rail system, and it's pretty convenient, and in our experience, not at all lethal. And while portions of it are underground, it's most famous for being elevated over Chicago's streets. Today we're going to take it a few stops north to Lincoln Park. This is a residential area that's heavy on charm. But before we explore too heavily, we're going to stop for breakfast at a place called the Bagelers.
We may not be in New York, but that's a solid bagel.
Satiated now, we'll go ahead and meander. I love old stone townhouses, and Lincoln Park has plenty.
One of my favorite things, the fall foliage and charming brownstones. I think I'm a stoop kid at heart.
Lincoln Park was beautiful to walk around, whether it was the changing leaves or its gorgeous architecture, or even its shopping. And by the way, once you're married, it's pretty much inescapable that you enter a gift shop and smell candles. And yes, this is called Lincoln Park because there is a giant park here, which is home to a zoo and fantastic views of the city. A great place for a photo op and a leisurely stroll. But you know what? We have places to be. We are walking back to Viagra Triangle, probably to its epicenter, Gibson Steakhouse. This place has been an institution since 1989 and a hotspot for every notable celebrity. Back in the 90s, my family's portrait was actually on this wall. But it's not there anymore. Oh well, the 90s were a long time ago. To the bar. Gibson's has a very vibrant bar scene, and I can see why.
Look at the size of these martinis.
It's gonna be a good night.
We're gonna take our seats, peruse the menu as always, and settle on some steakhouse favorites.
I think we'll go ahead and order the filet mignon, the mashed potatoes, and some cream spinach.
And a classic wedge, of course. I learned two things at this dinner. One, that everything was fantastic. And two, according to our server, Michael Jordan is a shitty tipper. We'll wrap things up with a bite of creme brulee and a toast to another great night in Chicago. It's a new day, and
We're going to the Art Institute of Chicago, which is basically Chicago's Met. Time to go see some art.
we're gonna hop in an Uber, cross the Chicago River, and to one of the finest museums in North America. The Art Institute of Chicago is 1 million square feet and covers the entire span of art history. There are so many beautiful things here.
I think that's the whitest Jesus I've ever seen. Ginger beard Jesus.
There are a ton of recognizable masterpieces here, too. Like Chagall's stained glass,
I love Chagall.
Edward Hopper's Nighthawks, and Grant Wood's American Gothic. There's also a massive Impressionist collection, which I thought was a great spot to have an existential crisis. There's just so much to see here, it'd be hard to cover it all. But I will take this opportunity to plug my Egypt video, my Thailand video, and my UK video.
This makes me feel like we're back in England.
No one's seen that yet.
They will soon.
You absolutely have to check out the Thorn Galleries, which is a collection of miniatures. Built by Narcissa Thorn in the 1930s, every room here is built with impeccable detail at 1/12 scale.
I wish I was 4 inches tall.
This one reminded me of the Ryokan we stayed in Kyoto. And naturally, no museum visit is complete without a visit to the gift shop.
Art Institute of Chicago. Spent all day here. Don't even think we scratched the surface.
That was a 10 out of 10 spectacular museum. A total gem. 5 hours is not enough. We need to come back just to finish seeing everything correctly.
And here's a drum transition. We're heading back riverside to Ocean Prime. And we wanted to be present for our friends, so I'm not going to cover this much. Suffice it to say, it was excellent. But next door, on the rooftop of the London house, was something really special.
Wow.
solid view up here.
And solid espresso martinis.
You need to keep my energy up because we're going to go see some live jazz. Cheers.
This is the Green Mill, and it's a Chicago landmark known for two things. First, this awesome sign. And second, that this was a regular haunt of Al Capone. Legend has it he liked this place for its visibility on the exits. Let's check it out. And you know what? Out of respect for the musicians, I'm gonna go ahead and switch to source audio. The interior here is a total vibe. Built in 1901, the Green Mill has played host to many jazz legends, like Al Jarreau, Von Freeman, and Ornette Coleman, to name a few. If you like live jazz, and I do, the Green Mill is a great place to go. And I think a great way to end this night is with a bass solo. As we head back to our hotel past the water tower, this marks the end of a good night.
It's our last day. That's a cute friend.
We're heading to this morning's restaurant on foot, and I'm gonna try my best to steer her away from the shopping.
Those are amazing shoes. Look at that. Look.
This is the original Pancake House, and I guess it's a franchise, but I didn't know that until we went in. Either way, it smells fantastic here.
Yum, 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 yum.
I gotta say, among the American breakfast franchises, this one has to be the best. We'll go ahead and start with some coffee.
Is butter a carb?
This was definitely a hearty breakfast, and we loved every bite. And the pancakes were a highlight.
I expected these pancakes to be good, and they absolutely are. That was a delicious breakfast. Let's go to the pier.
What pier, you ask? Why, this one. This is Navy Pier, built in 1910 to train 100,000 Navy personnel. Now, it's over 50 acres of entertainment and retail space, and home to Chicago's 4th of July fireworks display. Basically, this is a great place for a couple tourists. We're gonna make our way past the Ferris wheel and indoors, where there are a ton of activities, but this is the activity we're doing. This is Flyover Chicago, and it's an awesome experience.
You're about to be transported to one of the world's most captivating places.
The first stop is this room where we're presented with an absolutely epic multimedia experience. Here, let me switch to source audio again.
It is absolutely a city of persistence.
Nothing about this city's easy, but the hardest fire makes the hardest steel.
I mean, I'm hyped. You'll load into a seat where you're dangled in front of a projector with wind effects and music while flying over Chicago's majesty. There are actually a lot of thrilling moments, too. Now, obviously, my hidden pill camera doesn't do any of this much justice, but this was an absolutely incredible ride.
That was awesome.
Diana's becoming a Chicago fan, and before we leave, we're going to check out this Chicago Funhouse. Nothing says fun like a library. Just kidding, this is an entry to a very cool mirrored room. The room after this is a mirrored maze, and it looks pretty similar and is extremely disorienting. I'm not gonna lie, I spent a good amount of time in here.
I'm actually legit lost. Just straight ahead. Nope, that's a mirror. That's a mirror. That's a mirror. I guess we just live here now.
We do make it out of here and through a network of jump scares and obstacles. We also had to navigate this long, vertigo-inducing tunnel. Oh, and in case you're wondering why we have glasses on, all this paint has sort of a 3D effect.
Just take my word for it.
This funhouse was a blast to walk around, and it gave Diana an opportunity to quote Lord of the Rings.
You shall not pass.
At the exit, you'll see this display of Chicago's famous criminal politicians. This city is notorious for its government corruption.
In fact, it's not called the Windy City for the wind that blows, but rather the windbags that govern it.
On our way back to the hotel from the pier, we happened upon this beautiful urban park, which offered us another excuse to include some bokeh shots. Our walk continued as Chicago's twilight faded to night, which means
time for dinner.
Here's the last fit check, and for our final meal, we're heading to Maple and Ash. There's a bar here where we're gonna enjoy some craft cocktails before heading into the dining room. Now, this place is basically a modern take on a traditional steakhouse with an emphasis on edginess and liberal use of profanity. We're gonna start with caviar again. Delicious, obviously. We had some foie gras, because it's illegal in California. I had the surf and turf with mashed potatoes, a truffle mac and cheese, some green beans, and Dan, I had the steak with some peppercorn prepared tableside. Everything was delicious.
Alright, so this place is called Maple and Ash. They cook their steaks over maple wood, and you can actually taste that. It's fantastic.
The food in the city is absolutely phenomenal.
And we're gonna miss it, because it's time to say,
So long, Chi-Town.
this truly is one of North America's best cities, and my kind of town. If you like this video, let me know in the comments. Please like and subscribe and hype. It all helps out tremendously. And as always, thanks for watching.